Hello and welcome to game number 2 of the Winners Bracket Finals for the Netolic Pro League. Second edition, Eastern edition, because we are here with MUFC and AFD. Even though they go under the name of Despicable Me 2, they are AFD, which stands for April Fool's Day. And we're going to be seeing which one of these two teams is going to be making it, because right now AFD is one game ahead. One game ahead of MUFC, and MUFC, they need to win another game and then force out a game number 3 to still be able to go to the grand finals, which is the best out of 5. But if you lose, you still go to the losers bracket, because like I said, this is the winners bracket finals. Losers bracket is gonna be either VC Gaming or Orange, waiting for the team that loses this one, because Orange, they got dropped down to the losers bracket by MUFC, while AFD dropped down VC Gaming in the first round of the losers bracket. And we're gonna be seeing which one of these two teams is going to be facing them. As a quick show of the brackets before we continue with the draft, here we go. If you want to see those brackets for yourself, you can go to ghostgamers.net, click on this game, and you can find a link to the brackets inside. So you can see how exactly teams made it through. As you can see, the winners bracket is all best out of 3, losers bracket is all best out of 1. So you just want to stay in that winners bracket, of course. And before I continue also, I mean, the whole time there have been, during this game, during the previous game, there have been and there will be giveaways on a raid call. There are already a lot of winners, as you will be able to see once you join the raid call channel 2013, so 2013. In raid call, you can just hang around there and wait to win prizes, which are mice, keyboards, mouse pads, etc. So you can check that out there. But let's see what we're going to be fighting in the draft. It is, again, the Night Stalker, no, Night Stalker, I keep saying it wrong, the Nyx Lifestealer. Lifestealer being banned out together with the Bad Rider, just so those are the same two, but two other ones banned out that we haven't seen banned out in the previous game. We saw the Nyx Assassin and we saw the Darkseer, both not available anymore, and that will be two that were banned out in the previous game make it through, and that is indeed the Shadow Demon and the Lone Druid. MUFC grabbing that Lone Druid, and AFD having the Shadow Demon, already having that as a support. We're gonna be needing to have a lot to go with that. Maybe going for maybe a tri-lane if they want to do that. But they can also, of course, still pick up the Magnus, pick up the Rubik, pick up all those strong heroes that are still in the pool. Keeper of the Light even still there. Though Keeper of the Light Shadow Demon combination is not that strong. Magnus is. Yeah, Magnus Shadow Demon combination itself is not really that spectacular, by the way, but you know, Magnus is just a very strong hero overall, and is going to be picked up by AFD. We're going to be seeing Lone Druid on the Radiant side from UFC this time. Let's see what he is going to be complemented with. Of course, Lone Druid, a hero that can have different roles, can be on the off lane, can be on the safe lane, and we see MUFC going for a Rubik. So a very solid support, and as we saw last game also, the Rubik up against the Magnus, able to turn those RPs around. As we saw that only once last game. This time though, it's going to be reversed. Magnus is going to be on the side of AFD, while the Rubik is going to be the side of MUFC. And we have got the Queen of Pain picked up by MUFC. They still have the same stand-in, as we have Queen of Pain still there. Princess Ari still there, who's probably going to be playing that Queen of Pain, but it all depends on what they're actually going to be doing here. And we have got AFD picking up their last hero. It is going to be the Lina. I did say, I don't even know if I said it out loud, but it was a Shadow Demon, of course, that you want to be combining up with something that you can set stuff off with, like the Shrek Stun, Jakira Ice Path Macropire, but in this case it is the Lina Light Strike Array as well as a Dragon Slave, and that is of course also great to have in combination with the Magnus RP, because they also can be going to go for that, well, combination. Just RP someone, Light Strike Array, Dragon Slave, boom, you're dead, you know. But let's see what teams are going to be banning out. We are missing on the side of AFD their hard carry, so that is something that MUFC can just ban out. They don't really have to worry about the Keeper of Light too much, because I don't think that AFD is really going to be picking that one up anymore. But in theory, the opening is still there for a Phantom Lancer Keeper of the Light. And I think that's something that AFD might want to ban out, because they have, in theory, I mean, MUFC in theory have got Lone Druid offlane, Queen of Pain mid, and then a Rubik on a tri lane, which is still to be completed with the support and the carry, in theory, like I said. But it all depends. They actually ban out the Visage once again. Don't want to be dealing with that one. Want to be not having that aggressive early game support in there with the anti-mage to first ban out from MUFC. I mean, carry-wise, there could be a lot of different carries for AFD. They have... Well, they can basically fit anything together with the Shadow Demon and Alina. It doesn't really have to be someone that has a shutdown, but it can. Doesn't really have to be specific ranged or melee. It can be either. It's quite nice to have, and it really comes down to what kind of game they're planning on playing. As the Nature's Prophet is the one that gets banned out now. As of course, I mean, you miss a carry, but you also miss an offlane / mid, depending on where Magnus is gonna go. But for now, we're gonna assume Magnus mid, as that is also what MUFC assumes. And they know that there's still an offlaner to be picked up. And now offlaners in previous game, we saw them offlaning the Weaver. So we might see that one getting banned out this time. As I mean, he had a tough time. He didn't really get anywhere in the start, but he went on for so long without dying, and at some point he was just 2-0-3, and he totally picked up the slack that he showed in the beginning of the game that he couldn't get an experience or farm. We're going to be having the Gyro, the last ban out. So Weaver still in the pool. Might be something that MUFC themselves want to pick up, depending on what they want to be doing with their lone druid. And the Keeper of Light was indeed banned out. Maybe still, well, still a carry, maybe banned out. Really depends on what AFD is expecting here. At least they don't have to deal with the combination of a Phantom Lancer Kyoto anymore, because that one is out. And they're taking their time. Still, both teams have a lot of time left in their bonus time, so they don't really need to be worried that the time is running out. Don't need to stress their picks, really. And they're gonna go into their bonus time. I mean, Queen of Pain Magnus, that's gonna be the mid combination. It will be going pretty much in the way of MUFC. Queen of Pain, just a very strong mid lane hero, and I'm kind of thinking that maybe we're gonna see a puck still picked up by AFD, just to make sure that the Magnus is gonna go on the offlane, and puck Queen of Pain is a way more even matchup than a Queen of Pain Magnus. As the Juggernaut gets picked up, a combination that we often see together with the Lone Druid, as LGD International was the first one to introduce it and just have late game potential, mid game potential, early game potential. You have everything. You have everything.
10 seconds remaining.
But that is what they're gonna go for, and that kind of means Lone Druid offlane, Juggernaut gonna be on the safe lane farming together with the Rubik and something else to support, as they could actually go for an aggressive tri lane if they really want to. But it depends what kind of lane they expect from AFD, and AFD's lane up is if they're gonna be having a tri lane with the Lina and the Shadow Demon. Do you really want to go for an aggressive tri lane? I don't know. I don't think so. As a Rubik Juggernaut, they could actually still have any kind of support that they want to have there. Even a Venomancer, as you often see Venomancer Juggernaut in pubs, but it can also be picked up here by MUFC. But anything is possible. Even in theory, I mean, if they're gonna go for a safe lane Juggernaut, they can still pick up a jungle hero as well and just have that safe jungle gold coming in to make sure that you have more gold coming into your banks than AFD has in theirs. But a Chen Enchantress would work out great, of course. I mean, Juggernaut healing ward and you start pushing, and Lone Druid is there. If you have a Chen, that's amazing. You can just pick it up and just start pushing, and
10 seconds
basically the only thing that can stop you is hey, look at that, an RP. So that is going to be the RP that can stop you. But you know, it is definitely a possibility for MUFC to pick that up. But we're going to see a Luna pick up, so that is going to be Shadow Demon, Lina, Luna. And the Leshrac, the last support pickup for MUFC. And the Lina, Luna, Shadow Demon combination. Now, I'm going to be making mistakes with that, so hereby already apologizing for that one. But a Shadow Demon, of course, I mean, Luna is one of those carries that has got quite a nice burst. She has her Lucent Beam, and it already is a quite nice burst. But if you have a Soul Catcher there from the Shadow Demon, that is going to be even more bursts, insane amounts of bursts. Light Strike Array to follow up for the Lina for that one, and that should be the recipe for a kill. It is enough damage to go through to get yourself a kill up on almost anyone on MUFC apart from the Lone Druid, probably. Or if Leshrac starts jumping around with his ulti, then you can also not stop him. And there's a TA. Last pickup for AFD. It is their mid laner. It is their mid laner up against the Queen of Pain. And that means that we're going to be seeing the Magnus on the offlane as everybody picks up their heroes really fast, not wasting any time. We are going to be seeing Rave Blue indeed on the Magnus as we saw him on the Weaver in the previous game. Going to be going for that offlane. Ken once again on the carry. It's going to be the Luna for him this time, with the Lena being played by the name that I cannot pronounce, or the name that he did not give out. The same guy that played the Rubik in the previous game. KS is going to be playing the Shadow Demon, the Wisp of course, of the previous game, and the last one. It is a Templar Assassin with a nice Aladdin kind of like set, and it is going to be the same person that played the Nyx Assassin in the previous game. So we're going to be jumping ourselves over to the Dire side, who are actually also going into the jungle of the top side, and I think they saw each other. There is a disruption as a start off, but in terms of, oh, Leshrac has a pretty nice level 1 ability hero, even though he hasn't picked up anything just yet. You see them walking away, you see them scattering actually, and I actually think that there could be something here that AFD could do, maybe, to try and force out an engagement. But then again, a Juggernaut Blade Fury is one of the more powerful level 1 spells. Telekinesis, of course, helping out greatly because of the stun that you do when the people land. Not even the telekinesis itself. Yes, you can put someone out of play, but yeah, we're gonna be having MUFC. Let's just introduce them to you. Who's playing what? We're gonna be having Link playing the Leshrac, Ari gonna be playing the Juggernaut this game. Too fucking good on his Queen of Pain, so that will be interesting to see, as that is, I believe, one of his signature heroes, Winter, on the support Rubik. And at last is the Lone Druid, gonna be played by FC, who we saw in the mid lane in the previous game on the Mag. But we are gonna be seeing MUFC probably roaming to their respectable lanes, and I kind of think that we're gonna be seeing, I'm actually thinking we're gonna be seeing a safe lane Lone Druid here, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see if they are actually going to be running an aggressive tri lane, because the potential is there. They have got a telekinesis, a Splitter of Earth to follow up, Blade Fury, but the counter initiation from AFD with the disruption to just stop anything that is happening there, and a Light Strike Array to help out there as well. I mean, it's pretty nice. Now the thing that they have to worry about, if there is indeed an aggressive tri lane and there is going to be a disruptor to save someone's life, that Leshrac is going to have to make sure he has still got his stun. Because if he still has got his stun and the disruption is there, he can land a perfect stun after that Shadow Demon disruption. That is something that can actually help him rather than helping AFD, and that is something that AFD of course also has to worry about. So let's see if he can get something like that going, of course, as we'll just have to wait and see, because we are first waiting for Winter to reconnect back in. He has disconnected and he has therefore had his team pause the game. Just checking what kind of options we have. Not really any specific that I really want to see, and I therefore assume that you don't want to see them either, as I know that a lot of you people are here because you are waiting for Navi versus Mouse, but I'm happy that you're still here, because of course the game has not started yet, as there are, I believe, some technical issues from my side of the board from what I can see, as yeah, we can just focus ourselves fully up on MUFC taking on AFD, April Fool's Day. And once again, if you want to have the chance to win prizes, you can. And you can go to a raid call group 2013. Just sit there during this game and you have the chance to win prizes. And there's not that many people there. You've got a lot of chances to win those mice and headsets and well, keyboards, mouse pads, those kind of things. It's all there. It's all possible to win in raid call. And if you don't have raid call yet, you really should. Like, not only for this, but there's a lot of first of all, raid call is doing a lot of things right now for Dota 2. So that is, anyway, you have to support them. Like, that's a reason on its own. But because they do that, they have a lot of competitions running on raid call, and not just this, but there's competitions running for the EMS1. There were competitions for the Dota 2 League from EG. There was so many competitions on raid call, and for most of them, all you have to do is just sit there and not do anything, and you can win stuff. I mean, that's gonna be your easiest win ever, just sitting there and win stuff, right? So make sure you get raid call, make sure you download it, make sure you support the events that are going on, and use raid call to support that, because that is gonna be very possible. And of course, sit in channel 2-0-1-3 at the moment, because you can win stuff in the Netolic Pro League Eastern Edition. And we are going to be seeing MUFC indeed running an aggressive tri lane, double damage room by a Ling, and that is going to be a nice way to start things off with. And we having Shadow Demon already smoked up. The same thing goes for Lina. This is going to be trouble for mid lane and also trouble for Luna on the top lane, because she is going to be there. But they are going to be, of course, trying to go for Queen of Pain. This is probably the toughest one to gank, because the disruption will give her time to blink away. But then again, she didn't pick up Blink just yet, and she hasn't picked up any skill just yet, but she's gonna be picking up her... Oh! She just picked up the Shadow Strike! That is massive! Will the disruption be there, though? I don't think so! That would have been massive if she got that. If the disruption would have been there, that would have been a kill, but no, can't do right now. And the gank fails, and they rotate back top, meaning they're gonna be supporting their carry. Luna is going to be the one that's already not been able to get any last hits, purely because of MUFC hanging around there with 3 heroes. And they walk past the ward, so that is something that is also being seen by MUFC as they pull the lane back completely, making sure that the lane is indeed gonna be getting experience there for the entire team, and more importantly, just to make sure that Luna gets a bit of harassment from the creep wave. I mean, they don't even need to be there, and they still get some harassment up on the Luna, purely because she is forced to last hit under a tower. So very nicely done there, as we have another pull being done by their own supports. And let's see if they can actually deny some of the last hits. They can deny the last hits of the melee creep, but they can't deny it, or they can't take the farm from the neutral, so that is not something that you really want to be happy about. In the meantime, we of course got the bottom lane, which is going to be going in favor of the Lone Druid in the end, but until that Lone Druid is level 5, he can't really kill off Magnus. He needs that entangle to hit, and then they can try to kill him off. So for FC, he's just going to be waiting and seeing if he can do that, as he's going to be checking out the rune. It's an illusion rune. You're going to be making sure that Queen of Pain is not going to be getting that one. We're going to maybe guard it for the TA to come, as we also have Rubik roaming around actually. And the first blood goes to the top lane still. Wow, my bad. It's going to be Luna, who's still going to be able to get away. And very low HP, but gets a salve from his teammate. It is the Lina that gets the first blood, and it is the Leshrac that dies as the first one. So that is basically her evil twin in terms of roles that a support has to play. So Link going down there, and Ari able to stay alive, but not able to get a kill up on Ken. So quite, well, not really good for him. And still no level 5 upon the Lone Druid. But yeah, there's gonna be another Sun Splitter. Ken this time is gonna be going down. No chance for him to get away, and the disruption is not gonna be in time because KS is way too far away. And the aggressive trial lane now, if they kill Luna off, will work. There we go. And that is gonna be the aggressive trial lane, indeed, like I said, working out. I mean, they don't get the first blood, but it's only a support that went down, and they do get a carry going down. I think we're gonna have another pause because Ken is hanging. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe they want to try to go for this. Disruption will start things off, but they weren't able to get there in time. MUFC backs off. More mana for the Juggernaut, more spins, more heals. It's all there, as we have got. I mean, I just keep going bottom because this is based on luck if he gets this or not. If he gets a kill up on Rage Blue. In the meantime, in the mid lane, we have got Too Fucking Good sitting on 13 for 4 with the TA with the full bottle on 11 for 6. So fairly even still on the last hits, even though the harassment from Too Fucking Good is just a bit too much to deal with right now. And there is still a refraction, but you kind of don't want to be throwing it out. In the meantime, no entangles again, so no kill on the bottom lane. And I'm just waiting for kills to happen because every single lane right now has got a massive kill potential, and we're just gonna have to wait and see which one is gonna be getting killed off first. As the Queen of Pain is actually almost level 6, almost got her Sonic Wave ready to be able to burst down a Templar Assassin when the refraction is not on. And the Marinus with the haste rune will be able to help out him getting away from stuff if he stays alive during an entangle, but still takes a lot of damage. The haste rune will be able to keep him safe. In the meantime, Luna sitting on a 14 for 2, with the Juggernaut sitting on 19 for 2. So the Juggernaut slightly in favor, of course, also getting that kill up on the Luna, helping out, but it's not as much as you want it to be in favor. Who's scored down for the bear? The entangle, is it going to be there again? Needs to get an entangle, but the bear gets ported back, so no entangle, and the bear actually goes down. There will be a resummon.
The way, Lena.
But that is not really not really what you want to be having. I'm really like this is very interesting because one, there's someone on the map that can get a kill based on luck, so I can't really follow that. I just have to continuously check if there is a lucky bear. And MUFC looking for blood on the mid lane, and I think that is gonna be too fucking good. I mean, we know him. We know that he wants to go for these kills. He's also looking for blood. Disruption trying to help out. Ken gonna be able to stay alive. By the looks of it, yep, 40 HP. They might be able to get Winter though. One more hit needed. Boom. Oh, it's not gonna be enough. 6 HP. Light Strike Array hits upon 2. Is there gonna be enough damage? Yes, there is. Luna coming in with a loosened beam. Soul Catcher up on there. Massive amounts of damage, as I said. And they are gonna be able to pick up Ling once again. So that's the second kill on the side of AFD. Ken still has to be careful though. I mean, he still has 1 tangle, but he also has to be really careful not to get bursted down because Ling is now back. Yes, they don't have a Rubik, so that helps, but the Split Earth is still gonna be there, and the Disruption helping out once again, but is it gonna be enough? I don't think so. Or is it? It is! 6 HP, but the 1 hit from Ling will do the job. He gets revenge, but Ari is gonna be going down for that as well, and that is all of a sudden not worth it anymore. Ling now being the one to stay alive. But it is gonna be their carries going down, and that's not really worth it. I mean, Luna going down shouldn't have happened because she knew she was in trouble, and Link coming back here was to be expected. As we still have got no kill here on this bottom lane because Wraith Blue is just being very careful, and he can't skewer himself out of well, not really out of the entangle, but still away. And he does need mana for that, I guess. So he goes back to get himself some more mana. Maybe going for a different lane to try and go for an RP. Because right now he has got his level 6. So wants to go for an RP. Talking about level 6s. Level 6 is in the middle lane as well for both of these. So we might see something happening here soon. As we have a rotation from Ling and Winter going for that mid lane. But being very careful not to really do anything. And the ward up there will make sure that they see Winter coming. And that's going to be a Templar Assassin being very safe. And they realize that. So that's going to be them not doing anything. But you see the ward coverage. I mean, this is all from MUFC. They know when someone comes from the top lane to help out that mid lane. They've got it covered. And it also yeah, they saw the smoke going off, so they know that there's people hanging around there. The question is, do they want to go in regardless? Do they think their element of surprise of knowing that the element of surprise on the side of AFD is not really an element of surprise is gonna be enough? And yes, that was a good sentence. No. Oh, thinking about it, there's gonna be a disruption. Gonna be hitting on the Queen of Pain. Light Strike Array not gonna happen though, and it's actually, well, it is happening, but it didn't hit anything. Split Earth. TA, trouble, but Refraction is there, and TFG backs himself up, blinks himself away. No kills happening. A lot of exchanges though, talking about kills. That is a kill, and that is gonna be Juggernaut going down. Not even an Eclipse used, but there was an RP. You can't fight that. You will be going down, even though you have a Blade Fury or anything else. You will be getting locked inside that RP, and with enough damage there, you go down, and that is what happened. In the meantime, though, the excursion from the Magnus makes sure that FC is going to be getting free farm, and he was already doing really well to begin with. But look at his net worth; it's just spiking up. No towers down yet for either side, as we have got still the TA in the mid lane. Haster now in her bottle, doesn't really have that much, but the courier is bringing her some new goodies, I would guess. So that is gonna be Face Boots being ready up on her, too fucking good. Having enough gold for a new boots as well if she wants to go for that. Lone Druid picks up a tier 1 tower, no real surprise. And that is gonna be MUFC on their aggressive trial and not really doing what they might want to be doing. And they can't really get a foot in the door here anymore. Not with that Eclipse up. I mean, they can't really try to go for a kill with that Eclipse there, because it's just too much damage that gets pumped out. And we do actually see Luna, Shadow Demon, and Lina maybe trying to go for something here on the top lane. They would walk past the ward, so they will be scouted out. But they might try to go for something. We'll see. So we have Queen of Pain. Doesn't have a bottle right now. Does have a Sonic Wave though. Might try to go for Templar Assassin, but Templar Assassin looks to be doing quite okay. With 10 stick charges, too fucking good. Can't really go for a kill right here, as we have more pauses coming up. The go went, but might have never mind, no other pause. It's all fine. It's all fine. Let's see if they're gonna go for something here. Eclipse is there, like I said. That's something also. That's one of those spells that you want to be able to use and get a kill. But you don't need any creeps around when that happens, because creeps are the doom of the Eclipse charges. Supports hanging around. There is one spell only up for Leshrac. Well, now actually almost two. Now two. With the mana boots happening on him. And they're gonna go maybe for it. Ooh, that is vision up on Ling. Shadow Poison. Making sure that one failed. Thou shall not move. Unaware when the Shadow Poison is up there. Nicely done by KS. Making sure that he knows and his team knows where his opponents are. In the meantime, Lone Druid farming a bit in the jungle as he didn't really felt safe anymore on the bottom lane, considering Magnus is there with his RP and there could be TPs incoming. You want to know where everybody is, and as you can see, the ward coverage on the map of the Dire, I mean, it's there, but it's only on the top lane. Lone Druid actually coming into the middle right here as he almost has his armor complete for the bear. When he has that, by the way, I'm kind of expecting MUFC to go for just a push. They have got that healing ward from the Juggernaut and it's actually level 2. They've got no edict yet, but it doesn't matter. We'll be getting it soon, I guess. Level 6, maybe. TA coming in. Trying to come in anyway. There is, of course, an RP up, but he needs to get that RP going. He doesn't have... Oh! Who needs a blink? Gets it on 2. It is gonna be Ari and Ling that get caught in that, but Ari's still alive for now. Has got an Only Slash too also. Uses it. Gonna try to go for a kill. Doesn't get a kill. Goes down, even though Lina gets still burst down by the Lone Druid Bear. And here comes the Eclipse Ken. Just trying to walk away from this because he is very low and he will be going down. Maybe able to pick up Winter before he does. And he does. Double kill going the way of the Lone Druid though as he picks up the hit on the Lina as well as on the Luna. And that is gonna be a 3-for-2 trade in favor of MUFC, and they also get the tower. I mean, the potential is definitely there to start 5-man pushing. The question is, are they gonna be having enough sustainability to live through that RP? Which in this case wasn't really the case because they, of course, had that Juggernaut going too low while in that RP. Ling actually being able to survive. He was, of course, also one that got inside that RP, but he was able to survive. But Juggernaut is a bit more important. And Juggernaut died. He still got to use his Omni Slash. It's only level 1, and that showed. I mean, that's one of the downsides of being on an aggressive trial lane. You don't really get that much experience. And if you look at the levels, you see him being level 6, the same level as the supports of... basically the supports of everything. He's 2 levels lower than the Luna, who was also on a safe trial lane, but his supports actually backed away from him. As in, got their own experience and didn't take any that came towards Ken, or at least didn't take all. While that is, of course, different on the aggressive trial and on the MUFC, because they didn't really have a place to take extra farm, apart from kills, which they got, but not by that many. I mean, it's 5 to 6. Most kills are actually going the way of AFD.
Middle tower is under attack.
But it's just not enough. Let's see if they can get another tower, though. Like I said, they're gonna start pushing. No Druid this time, though. Druid is still in the mid lane trying to defend the tier 1, but the tier 1 top is gonna be going down on AFD. Maybe they're gonna be getting something in return, though. Maybe they're gonna be getting a tier 1 mid if that Lone Druid is letting himself get caught out and die, but it looks like he's gonna be safe, and the rotation is actually gonna come top. There is an RP up again, but the Magnus is on the bottom lane, so he won't be able to help. Tower will drop. Queen of Pain picks up the gold. Gonna go for an Orchid. And that is gonna be the second and last tier 1 tower standing on the side of AFD, with no towers down on the side of MUFC themselves. The gold graph goes towards the 5k right now, with the experience graph slightly in favor of MUFC, but not by much. It is like about 1600 gold experience that is. And the question is, can AFD deflect these pushes that are going to be incoming from MUFC? Because that is something that they just have to do. Like, we know that MUFC wants to push and is going to try to continue doing that as they're waiting for initiation on the middle lane, maybe trying to go for something. The TA actually scouts out, or no, it doesn't scout it out. Smoke was there. They thought they were scouted out though, and they started moving. Smoke wears off. Tower though, gonna be in some trouble. Like I said, the RP is still there. There is no blink there just yet on the Magnus though. Shockwave goes through, disruption. Gonna have Light Strike Ray following it up, but there's the Blade Fury that is first. And the Bear still just doing the works on the tower. Eclipse coming in from the side. Winter actually gonna be almost going down by that one. Dragon Slave finishes off. Sonic Wave up on 3 though! Lina goes down. It is also Lina or Luna that goes down. Both go down. Omni Slash picks up their last support that was there. Skewer away. The RP was used, but didn't get them anywhere. And the TA last one alive for his team. Can he do something before going down? He does pick up the Leshrac, but go down he does. And Leshrac, the only casualty that MUFC has to suffer. And that is gonna be a team wipe going the way of MUFC, and the tower going down as well, and we actually see FC maybe trying to land some damage here up on the tier 3, but there's already some supports back up, so he just goes back to farming instead. It's also fine. I mean, they want to play it safe. I get that. They could have maybe gone for that also. 5k gold now in their favor, and it's starting to get a bit out of hand for AFD. I mean, like I said, they just have to stop the pushes and then get their Lina up to speed up to farm, but just doesn't have anything just yet. I mean, we look at the net worth, and the TA is highest, and the TA hasn't been able to do anything this game. He hasn't picked up any kills. This is normally between 10 and 20 minutes. Templar Assassin should be shining right now, and he's not shining, as Ari is gonna be looking to shine, because he is gonna be able to run away from that quite safely. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, it is going to be MUFC once again going for a tower. The bear, of course, helping out. The bear, who now also has got a maelstrom up in his inventory. Dragon Slave just trying to force him back. Lina now level 6. Will help out with the Laguna Blade. Still no level 6 up on the Rubik though. That's actually hurting them quite a lot, but not enough to stop them from pushing apparently. Not enough at all. And they back off once again. They didn't have too fucking good. Who now has an Orchid complete. And they're just gonna 4-man Dota right now. As we have got the Juggernaut finishing up, finishing up nothing actually. It's got his drums. It's got his first Blade of Alacrity. Might running to go for the, well, for the Matasau I would guess, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yash at least. Getting that extra movement speed up helps a lot in the Juggernaut. Just be able to get that one extra last hit in if you're chasing someone down, which in this case is going to be very viable because obviously MUFC is on the winning side of things, so that means that they are the ones to scare the opponents away most. So they should be running that. I know. But it is gonna be MUFC that is in the lead. MUFC that is determining where, when, what happens. Though that is something that AFD tries to stop. They are gonna try to go for the Queen of Pain. Like I said earlier, not the easiest target to gank, purely because of her blink, and that is gonna be her out safe because she TPs towards the mid lane. And they are able to defend, of course, their tier 2 top, but they should be defending their tier 2 bottom. We do have a Magnus hanging around there again. Magnus still not having his blink. Queen of Pain finds herself the TA who was still in the mid, and that should give MUFC the chance to go for that tier 2 bottom. They do take it down. More gold going away of MUFC. Maybe Roshan is next. They are just not stopped. There is, I mean, the fight up on AFD is there. I mean, they have got an RP if they follow it up with a Light Striker Raid, Dragon Slaves, Eclipses, you know, you name it, it's all there. But they have to get that going first. And that is something that AFD just haven't found just yet. And it's starting to hurt them quite a lot. If it hasn't hurt them too much already, because that is, of course, something that is pretty damn difficult. 10k gold in favor of MUFC. And as you can see, the differences in net worth is insane. It is half the gold that Luna has compared to the Lone Druid. And that is something that you don't want to be seeing if you know that that is a carry versus carry. And okay, Luna was an aggressive tri lane. And okay, that is not really ideal, but maybe they should have then swapped the lanes around. Get the Luna on the hard lane, get that to be a trial lane to make sure that Luna actually gets the farm, and just put Magnus on the safe lane, just to let him get those levels up, and that would have been maybe better. And as Lone Druid just takes down a tower without putting himself at risk, just having his bear attack. The barracks are going to be next. TFG maybe in a bit of trouble. Disruption is going to be there, but Light Striker Raid is not going to be there in time. And the blink will be there first. Nice entangle up on the Luna. Look at that damage! Light Striker Raid will stop the bear. At least from chasing down the Luna, but doesn't stop him from taking down the barracks. There is a fortification. It will not be enough though. The bear will just continue hitting it, and bam! Tower down! Light Strike. The lightning going through it is KS. That is going to be running away from the bear. But not far enough apparently. And that is another kill. And there's really not that much that Magnus can do here. He does have the blink. But he needs to actually go in here and get an RP going. But look at the positioning of MUFC. They are so careful. They are so careful. Just letting the bear do the works. They got the Rex. Why continue being in the enemy base now? Because they, you know, they got what they wanted for. And they back off. They have got the Aegis still. Up on the Queen of Pain. Might just try to do the same thing on the bottom lane. I mean, why not, right? I mean, look at their HP bars. You will not say that they have actually just fought a fight. And AFD on the dire side looking in a pretty dire situation. I know, I hadn't done that joke for ages, so there you go. TA coming in, blinks himself in, but doesn't get anything. Does show that he has a blink though. Bear again in some trouble. Demonic Purge actually on the bear. They really want this bear, but here comes an RP. It is not going to be enough though. Might be enough for the pop in the Ages. They do get that, but Magnus goes down. TA goes down. Luna goes down, and the Omni Slash will pick up the supports. And that is only Shadow Demon alive because he tried to save his life. His own life with the disruption. Can't do it. Can't do it at all. The GG goes out. It is MUFC that get game number 2, and that means that we're gonna be going to a game number 3 to decide which one of these two teams is gonna be going to the winners bracket and the grand finals of the Netolic Pro League 2nd edition of the East. And the other team, the team that will lose the next game, will be going to the losers bracket finals, which will be up against either Orange or VC Gaming 1. And that game will be played later this week. And of course, while you are watching this game, you can sit yourself in raid call channel 2013 and you can win yourself some awesome prizes. Mice, keyboards, headsets and mouse pads are given away during the games. And the chance of winning is quite high as there's not that many people on raid call at the moment, so make sure you head yourself over to that and get yourself in to have a chance at winning. And we will jump ourselves into game number 3, so stick around for another game between MUFC and AFD. April Fool's Day those are, and let's see if they're gonna be winning their, well, another game. Actually, AFD has won a lot of games lately. We're gonna see if they're gonna be continuing their win streak or if MUFC is gonna take it home and gonna be getting the 3rd game. Stick around, more Dota 2 coming up in just a moment.